and we will get his thoughts in a few minutes. But first, let's go to the two camps. A little earlier this week, I spoke to SAR selector Rory Duggan. But first off, here's Midleton manager Ger Fitzgerald.
No, Ger, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us ahead of the big clash against SARS. Looking forward to it? An understatement?
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. So we've been waiting a while to now for it to come along, and I suppose for a long time we thought it wouldn't happen at all, given the current situation with the COVID and all that. So yeah, we are looking forward to it. We've been enthusiastically preparing for the last couple of weeks since we came back as a group, and yeah, we're looking forward to it. It'll be an interesting clash.
Okay, now I'm asking the question of all management teams at the moment. How difficult has the lockdown been in terms of keeping players fit and well, and the last couple of weeks bringing them up to pace of championship hurling?
Well, during the lockdown, we did absolutely nothing. We trained on the Thursday night. The lockdown was called. We finished up then, and we gave the lads sort of programs to tip away at it by themselves. And to be fair, when they came back, they diligently had done it. They were in good enough shape. And we, when we got the all clear to come back, we came back together as a group, and we've trained hard, and we've played a couple of practice matches since. But you have to be very cognizant of the fact that no matter what you're trying to do with the lads, they've had a couple of months off, and they've had no physical exertion and no physical contact really, and that's a worry and that's a concern. But we feel we've prepared well enough for the match.
Okay, you've a new addition, not so much to the team, but to the management team, a certain Ben O'Connor. He's had to wait an extra few months before his championship debut.
Yeah, so I suppose we were delighted to get Ben on board, and he's come in and he's been greeted enthusiastically and got a huge response from players. For his reputation for season, he's a great lad, and we were delighted to get him. And we've been working very well, and we were on things were on schedule till the lockdown came, and then we take little breaks. So in a sense, we've been cracking some work in since then, and it's going well. We're happy enough with the progress. But I'd say we are a work in progress.
Now, Rory, thank you so much for joining us ahead of tonight's match. Looking forward to getting back out onto the grass after the last couple of months.
Yeah, delighted, Colum. You know, I suppose for all of us, we weren't kind of sure over the lockdown whether we get back playing. But it kind of came on us quick, but we're thrilled. We're thrilled just to be back as a group and just really looking forward to tonight's game now. So really happy, yeah.
Now, we've been talking to the footballers last week ahead of their restart. What's it been like for the hurlers? Were lads pretty good and pretty disciplined and working on their own over the last 4 or 5 months?
Yeah, no, totally. Like, our club was very good now. Like, we kind of stuck with the guidelines to a T, and kind of lads then kind of tipped away at their own things. As a group, like, we did a challenge against the local football club. We raised money for Pieta House and St. Vincent de Paul, where we challenged each other to a kind of a run to Crow Park and back, a virtual run. Where kind of lads did their own runs, and we kind of totaled the runs at a time. So it was a bit of fun, kind of helping the community as well. And as well as that, look, our lads are brilliant, you know, they realised, you know, that they had to keep in shape, so they tipped away themselves, and, you know, they were excellent. Like, so, yeah, we were very happy with them over the lockdown, to be honest.
Okay, so at the start of the month, you got back out onto the field for the first time. I presume the issue of the touch would have been probably the biggest challenge, just getting the lads back into that swing of things.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I suppose it was kind of strange going back with the kind of all the whole kind of washing the hands and kind of all the kind of restrictions we had. But to be honest with you, like, our lads are brilliant touch wise, and, you know, we were kind of wondering, all right, how the touch would be. But after a couple of sessions, like, it was really like we were never away touch wise. Like, so, you know, I suppose that's what we have below with our panel. They're all super hurlers. Like, so, you know, we had no fears in that, and no, they came back very well. So we're delighted with them.
Okay, in terms of your preparation over the last couple of weeks, have you managed to get a few challenge games in, or how have you approached it?
Yeah, no, we did, just with the guidelines as well. I suppose we were following them closely, and once we were kind of allowed to play challenge games, we got to play a few alright. So we had a game against Kilmallock down in our own club, and we played Rowan Moore, and we also got Abbey side as well. So we've had the 3 challenge games, so which were great, because I suppose, like, you know, playing with yourselves and the kind of in-house games is great, but it's, you know, it kind of brings it up a notch again, I suppose, when you're playing other clubs and kind of getting back to the kind of the feel of playing other clubs. So it was good that way. But again, I suppose it's very different again till you get the championship. But look, overall, we were very happy. The 3 games were very competitive, and the lads showed up very well. So overall, we were very happy with it.
Good stuff. In terms of injuries, a lot of clubs are noticing soft tissue injuries and that sort of stuff. Given that they're back almost at full tilt now, how are you in that regard?
Yeah, we were kind of worried about that. No, even seen it from the soccer, like a lot of kind of, on the telly, I suppose we were following, a lot of lads were getting injured. But for us, look, overall, we've had a few niggles over the few weeks and a few lads had to take a bit of time off. But overall, we're pretty much full strength, like bar maybe one or two. But just a few niggles here and there. But look, luckily, we're kind of nearly full strength, which is good enough. So we're happy with it.
I'm sure you've been watching the matches on TV over the last couple of weeks, Rory. What's the kind of takeaway that you're seeing from the return of hurling in this new normal?
Like for us, I suppose, like, and I think for everybody, really gonna appreciate what kind of matters most in life from the lockdown. I think just for us to be back as a group and for the lads to be back with their buddies playing, I think is just massive, even for mental health. Like, just to get back, I suppose, being going down training with your boys, having something to look forward to when you're working. And I just think it's great for the community. It's a pity, I suppose, that we can't have more people at the game, but at the same time, people will be watching on the Examiner, so it's brilliant. Like, so look, the lads are just delighted to be back together. We're delighted to be back as a group, and I think that's what it's all about. It just boils down to being with your buddies, being with your friends, and enjoying it. So we're just delighted to be back like that.
And finally then, Rory, the fact that it's Midleton tonight, a nice kind of easy way to get yourself back into the championship.
Yeah. I couldn't probably pick the tougher game. But look, Midleton are fantastic. I mean, they're a savage outfit, they're a savage club. They'll have Ben O'Connor, who brings, what he's done for Newtown, and I suppose Cork hurling over the years has been massive, and he's going to be a huge addition to them. And like, we know how good Midleton are. Like, we can't get a tougher opposition than Midleton. But look, we're just delighted to be back. We know what we can do ourselves, and hopefully the lads will do themselves justice, because they deserve it, because they're an absolute super bunch of lads. And look, we'll just give it a round.
And our thanks to Rory Duggan and to Ger Fitzgerald for their thoughts ahead of tonight's match. Delighted to have a friendly face alongside me here in the commentary box. Ger Cunningham. Ger, did you think that you were going to see this night?
I'd say a couple of weeks or a couple of months ago, Colin, I was very pessimistic about any hurling going ahead, especially during the summertime. Really, here we are at the end of July, and we're back in Park Ring for a senior hurling championship match, albeit in strange circumstances.
And this is your first night being at a game with the new restrictions. Your first thoughts?
Yeah, very strange. I went to a minor match last week. The Bars were playing Douglas in minor match last week in the Bars club. This is my first time here in Park Ring. Very strange. I was sitting in the car just as I was parking up, and I saw Sars kind of walking in at kind of 10 to 7, all walking together. Just before that, Midleton selectors were outside on the side of the road having a chat. So very strange, you know what I mean. So it's very difficult. Teams tugging off on either side of the pitch, silence. You can hear all the noise in the warmth. You can hear the slitters being poked around the place. So it's just going to take a while for us to get used to it, but even more so for the players.
Very much. Okay, let's get the team boxes up. We'll start off with Midleton. These were the teams given to us a little earlier in the week, so there may be some changes, and we're checking those to be updated. And you are expecting a few changes, I'm sure, Joe.
Yeah, again, I suppose because there's been no league matches that we can kind of can go on or judge on to see how teams are going, what kind of form they're in, who's playing who or who's playing what positions. So again, I would say there won't be too many positions, maybe changes on the Midleton lineup. The Sars lineup looks a bit more strange, a few positional switches that I think might happen, but I think Midleton won't be too far off lining up the way they've picked their team.
Okay, well, obviously two names jumping out there, and you know too well, Conor Lahan and Luke O'Farrell, central to the cause tonight.
Well, absolutely central. Hugely experienced, the two guys. They've been the driving force between Midleton for the last number of years. Interesting in the style of play that Ben O'Connor, which obviously we'll talk about in a minute, but Ben's style of play, I wonder will he give the kind of the free role that he has done in the past with Charleville and Newtown. Like with Charleville last couple of years, Darragh Fitz has been given that free rein to go wherever he wants to go. Interesting to see if he'll give Conor the same kind of freedom to just to go and play, rather than having any maybe defensive duties and things like that, just to get on the ball as much as possible. And as I say, Luke O'Farrell, huge experience, still a very, very good player at this level, very, very dangerous, and he's the man that if Midleton are to get goals inside her, he's the man you'll be expecting to get.
So you mentioned, Ben, what news that was when I remember it broke. Trace O'Callaghan broke the story for us late on a Sunday night, and it lit up the internet when it came through.
Yeah, it's incredible just watching him outside. It's so strange to see Ben in a black and white top, you know. It's but
And he still looks like he could be out there, couldn't he?
There's no doubt he could be still playing. You know, he keeps himself really well. But you know, a top class appointment for Midleton if they were going outside of their own club to get a coach in. You know, his record, you know, as a player with Newtown, you know, as a coach with Charleville and the success he's had there. Huge respect they would have had for him, like, you know, he was an absolutely outstanding player, but would bring a huge success. Won't take any messing. I suppose the interesting about it, like, you know, his style of play would be different from Midleton's in the past. You know, they would have been normally kind of a more physical team. Ben likes to play it fast, likes to play it through the lines. So that's the interesting for me tonight, looking at this, to see how Midleton adapt to Ben's style of play.
It's a big kind of cultural thing, though. But like, obviously, if they went after him, Ger, you'd be expecting them to think, yeah, maybe we need to reassess how we approach it.
Well, I would think so. I think it would have probably happened straight after the match against McKilly last year, Colm, like when they lost, even though it was only 6 points at the end of the match. You know, they were at one stage in the second half they were 14 points down, and I think that stage, questions would have been asked. And the interesting thing for me in the story in the Examiner this morning was the fact that Ben's kind of arm was twisted. Which kind of meant that obviously the players had an input into what was going on there. I would have been down chatting to Ben to try to get him on board, and if Luke O'Farrell was down there, you know, Luke was captain last year, I think, so you would imagine if they got Ben on board, they will do anything for him.
Okay, we'll get the SARS team up on screen now, and again, plenty of big names in featuring here, the two Carneys obviously at midfield, and huge history as well, I'm told, between these two, especially at under 21 level in recent years. So there'll be an added bite as well to this derby.
Yeah, it's a very important match for both teams, Colm. You know, it's a tough group. There's four teams in there. You know, to get a start like this, you know, if you win, it's a fantastic one. But like, you must remember, you've got Ballyhane and Douglas in there as well. And I think tonight is hugely important for both teams to try and get that win on the board. That would settle your season and help you to get momentum to drive it forward. And as you said, these teams would have played each other all the way up along. They'd been playing Premier underage, Premier minor, Premier under 21. So, you know, they've been two teams who've been at the forefront in Cork hurling for the last 10 years. So, as you say, plenty of experience inside in the SARS team, plenty of very strong names. The two Carneys, obviously, in the middle of the field, stand out. They kind of seem to be the experienced guys in the back line, whereas the forward line looks to be very kind of young and maybe, you know, inexperienced, where likes of Liam Healy is Cork under 21 of 2 years ago. Luke Hackett, Jack O'Connor, all very young guys, you know.
But I saw Liam, was it 1-9 he scored in the under-21 final? He scored the last-minute goal when they played Midleton last year, so like a capable operator.
Oh, very serious operator. Like, he was very good 2 years ago with the Cork under-21s, and, you know, the word I believe on, you know, that you're here trying to find out a few things about different teams is that he's supposedly going very well in training, and the couple of practice matches that they had, seemingly he's been their standout player. So that looks a very interesting battle, where you've got Liam Healy, you know, 23, and Sean O'Leary Hayes, another Cork player of huge potential as well. They'll know each other very well because they would have marked each other probably as corner forward, corner back, all the way up along.
Okay, so we're going to have to go because we have another man that we have to talk to. I was speaking to him a little earlier, that I mentioned that there's a new sponsorship for the Cork Hurling Championships. Great news for the county board and for the competition as a whole. It's the Co-op Superstores who have come on board. And a little earlier this evening, I spoke to the CEO of Dairygold, Jim Wolfe, a massive GA fan. And first of all, I asked him what attracted him to this sponsorship arrangement.
As well as being agricultural orientated, they are really sporting orientated people, and hurling in particular is one of the key games and the key attractions amongst the community. So from that point of view, it was like a natural fit, you know, the GA membership, the cooperative membership, rural based and all that. So look, it is from that perspective something that is attractive, and we're putting something back into what are essentially our customers, but in a different guise, if you like.
I mean, we're delighted as well that you're coming on board with us as well in terms of the live streaming. Was that something that you were impressed with during the senior league in Munster?
Very much. I mean, you know, when the opportunity arose, I mean, look, this is new to us. It's new to GA supporters as well. And it has a huge connectivity, not just within Cork or Ireland, but the broader global impact. We were very impressed in the context of the Munster Senior League this year, which we sponsored again. And in that situation, that was, if you like, the trial period for it. So when the opportunity arose to partner with the Irish Examiner, look, no better media platform from a sporting point of view, and particularly hurling. So very pleased and proud to be doing that.
And we are delighted as well too, Jim. Finally, I must ask you, we're in the midst of a global pandemic. How has the last few months been for a company of the magnitude of Dairy Gold and the Co-op Superstores, and indeed looking to the future?
Yeah, I suppose, look, if we take it in the overall sense, first of all, look, it has been a very strange period. It's really strange. We have more than 350 people working remotely at the moment. And we have coped quite well in that situation. I must say we had a scare early on in March with a few positives, dealt admirably with that. Great credit due to the team within the business and our pandemic reaction group adapted well and put the right measures in place. So, credit for dealing with that so well. But equally, our customer base, the model we changed and adapted quickly. We adapted in the Co-op Superstores side of our business to a call and collect, operated that for 6 weeks, and then quickly adapted to new ways of retailing. In fact, from the retail point of view and Co-op Superstores business point of view, it has been a very good period. Yeah, so in line with business expectations for year to date. So hence, putting something back into it now to further develop the business in this partnership arrangement with Cork County Board and with the Irish Examiner.
Our thanks indeed to Jim Wolfe for taking the time to speak to us. We were just chatting there off air, Ger, what a wonderful piece of business it is for the Cork County Board to have a company of the calibre of Dairy Gold and the Co-op Superstores involved in sponsoring the hurling championship, and as well then with their partnership for us for the live streaming, and as well to Bon Secours Hospital getting on board with the football championship. A good 2 weeks from a boardroom perspective, which you'd know so well from your board gosh days.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's great sponsorship from both companies to get involved, and no doubt the people at the top level, and especially in both companies, are real GA people. As you mentioned, Jim Wolfe there, real. I know he's a Limerick man, but lives in Cork, and is a great advocate and great supporter of GA all over the country. And the same in the bonds with Harry Canning, Kilkenny man, in charge there. So great day's work for the county board. So hopefully they get their money's worth. Okay, now we're watching the teams here as they're warming up. I cut you short there regarding the SARS lineup, and we were talking about defence, and again, when you have the calibre of Luke O'Farrell and Conor Lahan, we had Conor O'Sullivan at wing back. By the way, just confirmation, no changes to the teams that flashed up on your screen a few moments ago. Conor O'Sullivan at wing back, you don't think that he'll be stationed there? Yeah, that's a surprising one for me. Conor's best days are always inside cornerback, sweeping up, and if Midleton do happen to play one of the corner forwards out in the half forward in our midfield, he'd be the ideal man to sweep up behind. I think he'll go into the corner, and maybe Killian Roach might come out wing back. On the other side again, like Midleton, as you say, have some experienced players. It's great to see Killian Burke back, from the UK, back playing. Maybe it might take a while to get settled
working in London. Working in London,
yeah, and play with London as well for a bit, and but came back. I just saw him there because I was walking in to see him there. So great to see him back. Killian was on the periphery of the Cork squad there for a number of years, really very good, tidy cornerback. So might take a while to adjust, but good player. Speaking of another man wonderful to see back playing, Paul Leopold, the centre back for SARS, had a life-threatening illness, an aneurysm, I believe. He was in the States, and to think he's out playing championship hurling now a few months later. Absolutely incredible. And it's a fantastic credit due to him for Paul to get back and to have the ambition and the will to get back on the pitch again. But it just goes to show how much it means to guys like that. When you mentioned guys in SARS and Paul, like you also Owen O'Sullivan, who's not here tonight, but we were here last year in the exhibition. The exhibition was 10 or 11 points he scored that night. Absolutely phenomenal. Off tonight, I think, with a groin injury. He's recovering from a groin injury, and I think hopes to be back playing before the competition is over. So they've two guys there with SARS who are it's absolutely brilliant to see them playing. Okay, in terms of this championship structure, I was asking Brian and Paddy last week for the football their thoughts.
You have to be excited by this group format, have you?
Yeah, I think it's what the players wanted. Certainly, if you're talking to them, you can't be getting games, Colm. And in the fact that they're now getting games over the next 4 to 5, 6 weeks, they're going to get 3 or 4 games. That's exactly what they want. So it's an interesting one. And when you have a small group of 4, you can't really afford any slip-ups. The incentive for one of the teams is that the best team that comes through of the 3 groups goes to the semi-final. So there's going to be games where teams are going to beat each other. So every victory and every performance and every point is going to be absolutely vital, and even scoring difference when come to
we made the same point in the football last week. Even if you're 10 points down, it's that extra point or 2 points could be vital.
Yeah.
The squad size, it's going to be a big test of what you have, though, isn't it?
It is. You're going to be, especially, I suppose these 2 lads are, these 2 clubs are focusing quite a bit on hurling, obviously, from the point of view. So they'll get, they have another game next week, and then they have 2 weeks off, and then they go again. So squads are going to be very important, and before the year is out, when the matches come thick and fast, the guys who might not start but might be finishing might have a huge part to play. Okay, well, it is the start of the Co-op Superstores Cork Hurling Championship, the sponsorship going right across the adult grades this year, and it is also the first of a hectic weekend for the Irish Examiner live streaming service. We've got 3 games for you this weekend. This game getting underway in a few moments' time. Mark Maher, the match referee, calling the 2 captains together, and the elbows and fist pumps there, part of our new normal. Tomorrow evening, it's Premier SHC B1 action. Blackrock v Éireann Zone. That's right here at 5 p.m. and it's Des Curran who's going to be in the commentary hot seat. Mark Landers is going to be alongside him. And then on Sunday, we're heading to Riverstick to the Premier Intermediate Clash, and it's going to be a feisty local derby down there, I'd expect, as Valley Rovers are in action against Ballinhassig. The man here alongside me will be there, as will Des as well. Time now, though, for the a moment's silence from the Cork County Board.
Accordion, please remain standing for the playing of our honour allegiance.
Barely a ripple of applause to in the national anthem there. Capacity still at 200 here in Páirc Uí Rinn this evening, as it is at GA grounds right across the Republic of Ireland this weekend. Question marks over whether that will change in the near future. Only time will tell. So we've gone through the teams. They are as selected and as up on our screen a little earlier. As I said, our match referee is Mark Maher, and we're looking at the clock there. We're a few minutes beyond our expected time. Have we got a cornerback moving out to Ilora na Páirc already, Jar?
No, number 13 for SARS. Cian Darcy came out to the 45-metre line, and Killian Burke was just kind of caught looking to see would he come or not with him.
Well, as I said, there'll be plenty of as Ger said, kind of challenging times at the outset for teams as they get up to championship pace from a cold start, but it's Midleton with the first shot in anger and a strike from distance there, and the opening score of the game from their centre forward. Who else but Conor Lehane?
Yeah, I've been playing very deep. That's an interesting switch. If I'm looking at it correctly, I think that's Danny Kearney playing centre back on Conor Lehane. Coleman, the other Kearney, William Kearney's gone back corner back. So Sarsfields have made a number of changes, but Danny Kearney playing centre back on Conor Lehane. I'm not sure that that's one we hadn't expected.
No, full forward Luke Hackett getting the shot off at the other side, and his effort trailing off wide, but you can see the big target man of James Sweeney wearing number 12, nickname Swan, I'm told, and I'm sure he'll be the target for Alan Kennedy for some of the puck outs in the course of the evening. You're watching the Co-op Superstores Cork Premier SHC clash of Midleton and Sars here in Páirc Uí Rinn, live on the Irish Examiner's website. Our live stream service being brought to you by the Co-op Superstores, and welcome wherever you are watching around the world this evening. Liam Healy back to his centre back, Paul Leopold opting to go short to his corner forward to Jack O'Connor. It's gone into the other corner forward, Cian Darcy showing a clean pair of heels there. Still Darcy on the 21 onto his left, and that's going to be a great score by the corner forward. His father Tom, I'm told, he's a well-known figure.
Has good reputation as a young player coming through exceptionally fast. We have Jack O'Connor in with us at the moment, who's an exceptionally quick player, and someone said to me he's even faster than Jack O'Connor, so that'll take some doing.
Okay, well, we saw plenty of speed on show there, and it's left us at a point apiece after 2 minutes of this clash, and I must say the speed and pace of these teams quite impressive given the layoff that they've encountered over the past 4 or 5 months. Bursting out there and bursting onto the ball there is the corner forward wearing number 13, Luke O'Farrell, and Luke's shot dropping in, and that's bread and butter stuff for the goalkeeper Alan Kennedy, a man who captained the side to a county title way back in 2010. Crossfield ball up, dangerously cut out, and it's possession wasted and gone back to Tommy O'Connell, and he's swallowed up there by 1, 2, 3 players. And Sars holding their defensive shape, doing well, but they've lost it again, and it's gone all the way back to the wing back, Pádraig O'Farrell, and a bit of a chop down there, and that's going to be a free end, but can't get over the pace so far, Ger.
Yeah, it's quite lively. I think that's the one thing we expected that Ben will bring to Midleton is but they'll be lively. A lot of support play. The referee is kind of think he's been quite liberal at the start with the amount of steps that he's allowing. A couple of guys there, looking to be taking 5 or 6 more so than 4 or 5 steps. So so free here for Conor Lehane, 45 metres out. That's a nice position for him to build on his momentum from the last score.
Should be easy to a man of Conor Lehane's stature, and does just that, knocking up his tally and Midleton's tally to 2 points and 1 point to Sars. Kennedy's puck out, this time gone the other side to the other wing forward to Aaron Myers. Walk back to the corner back there, but he's shot. A bit of a rushed effort there by Donal English.
Donal is named at number 4, Collingwood playing midfield, so Sars have quite a number of changes in their position to their lineup as we expected, but I'm still a bit surprised. I don't know what you feel about playing Danny Kearney at centre back, but certainly that's one for the books for me. Yeah,
well, there must be some reasoning to it. Maybe it's to have the other lads thinking a small bit, but a bit of a strange decision, but that's why they're down there and we're up here. Dangerous ball in there, but comfortably taken by the goalkeeper, who feeds out his full-back Owen Maloney. Plenty of under-21 experience from Owen. Powerful delivery, but the question is who's under it. There's about 3 or 4 bodies, and it's ending up with Daniel Carney. Nice ball by Carney out to Aaron Myers. Myers dropping it in there towards the danger zone yet again. Going up for it there. It's calling for the pulled once by Cian Darcy, but a falling body prevents it. It's come back to Darcy again. Second effort from him, and it's gone out for a 65 on this occasion. But seems to be one thing and one thing only in his mind there.
Yeah, he seems to be kind of playing off James Sweeney, who's gone in from wing forward or now is playing in full forward, where we probably expected him to play. James Sweeney is 6'7". You know, he's a huge man. So, you know, anybody and landing in around the square, he's going to be an ideal target man. And Darcy and Jack O'Connor, I see, are in the corners looking for the breaking balls off him. So, chance here now for, I think it's Liam Healy would be the free taker for Sars to draw them level.
Yeah, as I said, was the hero when the sides met in an under 21 final just before Christmas, and that from 65 yards has pushed it to a level game, 2 points apiece, which is coming up on 6 minutes elapsed. So Ger watching around anywhere for the chopping and changing of positions. Racing out, and that one was James Nagle looking for possession, and it falls his way, but good play there by the Sars man. That's Daniel Carney in the red helmet. Out to his wing back Conor O'Sullivan. Keep an eye on Conor's positioning on that occasion. James Sweeney though failed to connect, but managed to burrow it out, and off he's going. Nice little offload to Paul Leopold. Leopold though trying to kind of first time it along the ground, didn't come off, and it's back with Conor Lahan. Nice ball by Lahan in towards the corner, working the Sars defences. The corner forward Cian, should I say Luke O'Farrell. Shot coming up here or there, blocked though on this occasion. Still trying to burrow something out, and almost connected there was Lahan. Another shot on this occasion, it was Luke O'Farrell. Maybe a point would have been a better option there, but they were intent on going for goal. Out with Donal English, and relieving clearance by Paul Leopold anywhere but here was his mantra. Well taken by James Sweeney down there. Sweeney pushing past the fullback Owen Maloney. Still Sweeney onto his left. Bit of a pile driver there, but the goalkeeper Joe Loftus was equal to it, and pumping it out. A nice ball by him out to his wing forward to Tommy O'Connell. Shot by O'Connell. Under it there is the corner forward Luke O'Farrell. Farrell opting to go back. It's working its way all the way back to Lahan, and that is a well-worked score. You could see the bit of class there. O'Farrell knew that nothing was on for him and decided to go back through the lines, and Lahan sitting in the pocket and tapped it over for his third point.
I think it's very noticeable even already, even the imprint that Ben has on the game. They're playing a lot of short ball around out the field, hitting the ball into space trying to get Luke and Pa White and Aidan Ryan onto the ball. Now if they can't score, they'll be passing it back out, and so again Connery Han looked to have a free run. He's all over, he's 20-30 yards off his man, so here could be trouble here. Okay, trouble here indeed as Luke O'Farrell racing onto it, but Kennedy getting to it just in time, and a nice ball out by him to his cornerback. That was to Donal English. Now the question is what the referee is going to award here. Has given a free in. It looked for a second that Jack had kind of laid down over the ball, but the referee saw it otherwise. He's given a free in to Sars, and will it be young Healy again that'll stroll over to this one? Yeah, it's as you say, Colin, it's quite lively for early days. It's quite open. It's a very open game. There's not when Sars get the ball, the Midleton are putting them under pressure, but they're kind of backing off as well because they know Sars like to play it out. So kind of both teams like to, trying to get possession, trying to get on the ball. That's their style of play.
Okay, that's a converted free again there from Liam Healy. That's his second one of the evening, and it's 3 points apiece with 9 minutes elapsed in this Co-op Superstores Cork Premier SHC A1 clash. Conor Lahan is showing so well in the opening exchanges. That's a shot from distance as he fell off his left. Can do no wrong.
Well, that's a typical Conor Lahan score. Totally off balance. Won a great puck out. Gave a bit of acceleration, turn onto his left hand, and falling backwards. Hit a score over from 65 metres. Yeah. Excellent score from Conor, who's got all their scores so far.
Yeah, that's one for any kids watching anyway to be practicing in the back guard in the remaining weeks of their summer holidays. Back down here is another piece of good defensive play by James Nagle, but his clearance came to naught. It only came as far as Jack O'Connor, and Jack O'Connor shows that he's no slouch either when he's off balance. A fine shot from him, and we're at 4 points apiece yet again.
Yeah, a very good score from Jack O'Connor onto the breaking ball and turn onto his favourite right side, and that will do Jack's confidence no harm, because good score to get. Can play yourself into the game.
Of course, you know a lot of these lads from UCC as well too, I presume.
Yeah, we've had Jack was in there this year. Didn't play an awful lot because I think he had a back injury early on in the year. So that was Cormac Walsh breaking through from midfield again, and a lovely score.
Yeah, great effort by Cormac Walsh. Pitch kind of seemed to open up in front of him, and he said, look, I'll take a chance, and worked out and pushed it out to 5 points to 4 with 10 minutes lapse. It's Midleton against Sars in this Cork Premier Senior Championship clash. The shot there from their wing forward from Aaron Myers, easily taken in by Joe Loftus, going through the players, going through the midfielder there. That was Sam Quirk, and a bit of a bang there. Is it Lahan that's gone down? Referee didn't see anything initially, but has decided to hold things up. I don't think there was anything malicious there.
Yeah, I think there's 15. I think there's Pa White. Lehan is in front of us here walking across. So I think there's a corner forward, Pa White, who was on William Carney.
But as you said, Gerald, there was nothing in it. I just think just got a bit of a bang to the head. He's back up on his feet anyway. The poor old medic managed to get about 45 yards out, and now has to do a U-turn and come all the way back in again. So it'll be probably a throw ball there, I'd say. Will it be from the referee this evening, Mark Marr?
I think Sars are in possession, so the rule is that when you're in possession, you get a free puck from where you had the possession, but they can't score, so they got to keep it in play. They can't score direct from here.
Yeah, a fount of knowledge as always. Daniel Carney taking the free, holding it in towards he's corner forward down there towards McKean Darcy. It looks to be, but being pushed and shoved. I don't know. Referee gave a free out. Would you?
Yeah, I think there's been a number of cases early on there where he could have blown for overcarrying, and I think he won the first ball. Took an extra couple of steps. I think that was the right call.
Joe Loftus with the puck out has been the goalkeeper for the last 2 or 3 seasons, and ball kind of an aimless one right across, and this should be all so easy for the cornerback down there for Donal English, who opts to go back. Brings Conor O'Sullivan into the game, who goes out to his midfielder Daniel Carney. Cormac Walsh poured out eventually by Killian Burke out as far as Tommy O'Connell. Bit of a battle there for possession, and the man that's hoovering up is William Carney. That almost proved costly, but Donal English was there to tidy things up, playing everywhere, as Gerard said, except the corner back of the number 4 on his jersey. But on this occasion his delivery wasn't great and goes out over the sideline, and that's Pádraig O'Farrell who's standing over it. Calls for a sideline there.
They're fairly vocal over on the far side that Cormac Walsh had thrown the ball up the wing and given himself an advantage. That's the one thing you can do with the small crowd column. You can hear all the calls from both players and mentors on the sidelines. And
as we said last week, for those of a certain disposition, they might want to lower down the volume on occasions. That's not just to listen to the droning of my commentaries at time, but there might be some choice words out there. Liam Healy from distance on this occasion, 65 yards out in the sideline with a bit of a breeze against him. That was a fair strike of the ball.
Excellent score. He's got 3 so far. It's a great start for him. But that was a very difficult free, and ball split the crossbar. Great score.
Powerful puck out again by Loftus. Up they go for it. Finds a nice bit of skill there by Tommy O'Connell. Going all the way in towards his corner forward there towards Luke O'Farrell. Luke jinks left, jinks right, and turns off his left and puts it over the bar. Quite obvious when it's that corner of the field anyway. Luke is the go-to man, isn't he?
He is certainly the go-to man. He's their number 1 target inside there, and I think if you watch Conor O'Sullivan, Conor will stand off him. Conor would be worried that Luke would has such a turn of pace that if he gets around you and gets inside you, you're in trouble straight away. So the better option maybe was to stand off and give him a chance. And he could have been blown for overcarrying. I think he turned twice, but Mark Maher said give him the benefit of the doubt. But an excellent score, and gives Midleton back the lead again.
Referee going over there to the sideline, and I was telling you this beforehand, and as you pointed out there, the fact that there's no crowd noise means that every word and utterance, the good, the bad, the ugly from the sideline is being picked up by the match officials. And we saw in the football last week that on occasions referees went over to the sideline having words with mentors, with subs, and indeed on the field then we saw a couple of frees move forward for back chat and dissent and everything like that. So it's just something that teams in action over the weeks ahead, I'm sure it's a lesson that they're going to learn very quickly the hard way. Not that would ever be an issue in future.
No, so it's very hard at times because people like to talk, and at matches you're so pet up in matches that you want to get involved and everything like that. And I suppose every mentor is different, every manager is different. Some people like to get involved in a game and get it, and give encouragement or whatever needs to be. Other guys like to sit back and just chill back on it and not get involved and see how the game flows. Like Ben is very quiet on the down below us here in front of us. So I just say horses for courses. Horses
for courses, exactly. But has proven costly for some mentors and players, as we saw in the football last week, and I'm sure will be the case again in the hurling over the course of the weekend. It's Jack O'Connor is fighting a soul war there against 1, 2, 3 Midleton players. Is he going to furnish something out? He's opted to go all the way back towards his wing forward, but didn't come to. Oh, it was a great shot in the end, out of nothing. A great score, and that's a badly wanted one because there was a small bit of a scoring drought there on the SAR side, and it's left it at 6 points apiece. And that whistle that you're just hearing there is from the match referee for our water break. So what you make of that anyway so far?
Interesting, very interesting so far. We've had 12 scores in just under 70 minutes of play, you know what I mean? So it's been quite open, Colum, plenty of some loose marking, and but the accuracy has been very good. Both teams are on the money, in relation to taking their chances. I'm not a huge fan of this break, I must say. This water break takes a bit of getting used to, since they brought this in. The game now is 4 quarters, and you're some referees don't implement. You're supposed to have a minute and just for a drop of water to come back on again. It's like a shortened version of half time. So it just at times it's not too bad today because it's fairly even. There's no huge momentum either way. But sometimes if you started well, this thing kind of stops your momentum and gives the other team a chance, and vice versa. So it just takes a bit of getting used to.
Very much the case. Yeah, we saw it as well too with the football last week. But as you said, I suppose tonight's slightly different. The teams are level, and no one really has built up a massive head of steam. Just to mention there, while we are taking the break, about some of the games that are coming up over the weekend here on the Irish Examiner's live stream service, in our new partnership with the Co-op Superstores, who are also the sponsors of the hurling championships in Cork this season. Tomorrow, right here in Páirc Uí Rinn at 5 o'clock, it's Blackrock v Erin's Own. That's the Cork Premier SHC B1 clash. And then on Sunday afternoon, it's down to Riverstick for Ger and for Des, and that's the Cork Premier IHC B1 clash. And that's Valley Rovers v Ballinhassig, and great work being done down there in Riverstick. I was there during the week, pitch in pristine order, and they're really looking forward to the match there at the weekend. Leonard and the rest of the committee doing massive work there ahead of the game, and we've a special commentary position in place for Ger and Des on the afternoon. No subs that we can see yet. Looks to be all trundling out as you were. 6 points apiece with now 19 minutes elapsed, and as Ger said, it'll be just interesting to see how the teams will come back after that water break. We've seen in the football last weekend some teams storm from the traps, others are quite sluggish as they get back into the swing of things. Back with Joe Loftus to restart things. It's found its way though to Aidan Ryan.
Luke Hackett, I'd say.
Luke Hackett, apologies. Yep. Getting up to speed. Shot there Will it? No, it won't. From the second it left Aaron Myers' hurley, for 1 second it looked like it might change direction, but no, it was probably about a foot wide in the end, and that was Myers having the shot there. His first wide of the evening.
Interesting tactic there. Midleton in front of us here. Cullum, James Nagle, and wing back. For every puck out, he's going up the field. He's going forward, and he's if the keeper was quick enough, he's in play. But he's a big man. He's causing pressure up in the forward line.
Donal English kind of attempting a bit of a back pass there, and it resulted in a bit of a calamity. Pa White getting onto it, and a free anyway being the end result, and that means that Conor Lehane is going to step up, and with 6 points apiece you'd be pretty confident that Lehane in about 30 seconds or so will be making it 7 points to Midleton and 6 points to Sars in this East Cork derby. He's about 30 yards out, just a stone's throw from the edge of the exclusion zone, and here comes Lehane to add to his tally. Does just that, popping it right over the red spot, and also easy. It is such an eerie feeling.
It is,
the score or the lack of
noise and the lack of
noise,
atmosphere. Yeah, it's very quiet. But I suppose we're lucky with the night column that, there's literally, it's a beautiful night for hurling. There's no breeze. It's a gorgeous night to be out hurling, and the pitch looks really well. So here we are for Midleton again.
Yeah,
and that's
Cormac Bosang taking
he has a very good score off his left hand. Yeah.
And if ever you wanted an illustration of Ben O'Connor hurling, was that it?
Yeah, well, you look at the score, after 21 minutes, there's 8 points. Now they've had no white so far. You know what I mean? So it's all very economical. All getting the ball to the guy in the better position. You know what I mean? So they'll be very happy as to how the game started. New guy, new manager, and they started really well.
Liam Healy is the man racing through here on the 21-yard line. Still Liam Healy. Is he going to go for goal? Trickles, and what a goal by Liam Healy. Two defenders cutting or crossing, trying to cut out the danger. He kind of dropped the ball and pulled it on the ground. I don't know, was that by accident or design? And it meant that Alan Kennedy was helpless to save it. And I'll tell you, that has breathed new life into this game. And here we were complaining about lack of momentum after water breaks.
Absolutely, great goal by Liam Healy. He took it on, he got a great ball, went through. He looked to be in trouble, that he got a tackle from behind. But a skill you don't see very often. He kind of dropped the ball and actually volleyed it in. I'd say Joe Loftus in the Midleton goal would have been hoping to do a bit better with it. But from a Sars point of view, it's a great goal, in fairness to him.
I think I said Alan Kennedy there. Apologies. Yeah, Joe Loftus, of course, the goalkeeper there. But it was a fantastic strike by Liam Healy in the end. Whatever way he managed to connect with it, and he got it into the back of the net there. And that's given us our first goal, and it's also pushed his side Sars into the lead by a single point, 1-6 to 8 points with 23 minutes gone. And let's see now what the response from Midleton is going to be like. Going right across the field there to the wing forward, Tommy O'Connell was trying to play a little trickle of a pass there, but didn't come off, and it's ping-ponging inside there, and in the end a free out being awarded.
So I think you saw an example there of the new kind of Midleton style, with Padraig Farrell sprinting forward from left half back to try get in support of his player inside, trying to get the ball off him, and he was unlucky not to get the ball, because if he had got it, the whole route in front of him was open up.
James Sweeney again being the target man there, eventually getting it off, but it's only back as far as James Nagle. Nice ball by Nagle to Sam Quirk. Calls for Quirk to offload it. But Quirk is on his bike and tearing off at 65, 45, about 35 yards, and it wins the free in the end. That was a lung bursting run by the midfielder. Must have carried it the bones of 30 yards there, and is fouled in the end, and Conor Lehane will stroll out nonchalantly, and will take this one. Daniel Carney having some words with the referee there, I think voicing his unhappiness with that decision, but Sam Quirk though was deemed to have been fouled, and Conor Lehane is the man looking likely to profit from the free.
That was all about timing now, in fairness, from Luke Hackett. Like, Luke was with him all the way and was just was biding his time as to when to put the hurley in, and you get that wrong, it's hurley against hurley, and the referee had no option but to blow for a free. And, it'll be so tight. Like, if he had got the ball, you'd say fair play to him for getting back and turning the ball over. So small margins. Yeah,
but it was a good run as well too by Cork, given that he had players shouting for the ball. He backed himself and off he went, and as a result, it's another point in the ledger for his side. Ball gone out over the sideline on the far side. Possession lost again by Sars, so it's going to be another sideline over there for Midleton.
Yeah, good tracking back there by Conor Lehan, and Tommy O'Connell put Owen Murphy under pressure and really put, he was forced really to try one-handed pass down the sideline, and it didn't work for him.
Padraig O'Farrell is the wing back who's launching in the delivery towards his full forward towards Aidan Ryan, but it breaks out, and it's breaking out here in front of us with Sars and with their cornerback Donal English opting to go across to Paul Leopold in towards the corner, in towards big James Sweeney onto his left, and that's a strike from about 45 yards. Has it got the legs? It had the legs but not the accuracy. He was kind of falling a bit as he got it, but quite obvious he is very much their main target man, time and time again. Shouts there for free, but the referee is deeming play on. Bit of a push in the back there, but the referee didn't spot it, and it Sars, who are coming out here in a foot race for the ball there with Jack O'Connor. Has he won it? Oh, well taken by the cornerback there behind him. Killian Burke breaks down out as far as Cormac Bosang. Scored a fine point a little earlier. Falls to the ground, manages to gain possession, passing it in towards his corner forward. Being held up there, but he's still going there. That's his centre forward. That's Lehan, I think. And the shot from him. Is there anything this man can't do?
That's vintage Conor Lehan. One ball down the corner, brilliant first touch. Thought he'd lost it, got it back in, jinked right, jinked left, got away from his man, and again off his back foot from looking like an impossible angle. A fantastic score. You might be giving out to him if it went wide, because they had a couple of guys across the square. Luke was there and Aidan Ryan was there, but Connor's after popping up now with 7 points so far, so he's on his game tonight.
And there were 2 points in the drift after that goal, and now they're a point ahead, 10 points to 1-6. It's James Sweeney who's the man there with the green helmet, who's marshalling affairs there, but it's Paul Leopold, the centre back, who's still in possession, opts to flick it back. Great block there by two Midleton players, one of whom was Cormac Walsh, who scored that point a little earlier. It's forward back to Luke Hackett, and free being awarded. What was that for there?
Yeah, he was on his own. He won a great free. I'm not sure what he actually gave the free for. Maybe he was pulled back by the jersey because he was outnumbered 3-1. The finish shot went tailed off wide. He wasn't to know that, but gives us a chance for Sars through Liam Healy now to maybe level the game once again.
You'd fancy Healy yet again. This time he's 35 yards out, and straight as a die, and straight over the red spot by young Liam Healy, star, as we said last year in under 21 action, and he's carrying that form into senior championship action in 2020. Lots of breaks being won here in this spot here in front of us, and yet again Donal English is the man who's transitioning defence into attack. Ball just didn't bounce up properly there for Sweeney, who was in the right place, but as I said, it just didn't come up perfectly. Lovely stick work there in front of us by Tommy O'Connell, interplay with Cormac Bosang, and Bosang wearing number 10, and that is a fine shot, and that is a fine point by the wing forward. And that's his second, I think, of the evening.
Yeah, lovely score from Cormac Bosang, but fair play to Tommy O'Connell. Did a lot of donkey work there. James Nicholl came out with the ball, hit a short pass to Tommy O'Connell, took it forward, drew the man, hand passed it out, and a lovely score from Bosang.
28 minutes, and it's 1-7 to 11 points. The goal, of course, there from Liam Healy, the only goal of the game this evening. And plenty of clash in the ash, and you can hear every single one of those strikes here is Healy taking a shot and hope, but Joe Loftus watching it all the way and happily taking it in. Nice attempted piece of skill there by Conor Lehan, trying to keep that ball in. Didn't work out for him, and it's back with Sars with their wing back there, Owen Murphy. He's working it into his wing forward. Aaron Myers, I think it was, that eventually gets the shot off. But Lehan, lovely piece of skill there as he attempted to keep the ball in, but just couldn't do it. But good foresight.
Good play from Owen Murphy there as well, Colin as well. Kind of seemed to lose possession, but got it back and hit a lovely little 10-15 yard pass over the head of Conor Lehan down the wing to Aaron Myers, who hit a lovely score from the sideline.
Free being awarded there. What was caught by the referee on that occasion, but anyway, it's back with Midleton with Cormac Walsh straight down through the middle. Walsh off his left hand side, and that's a powerful score by the midfielder, and showing his some of his forward colleagues how it's done.
Yeah, excellent score from Cormac Walsh. Midleton seem to have a tactic as well, Colm. I think that they understand that SARS like to play the ball out certainly from their full back line, and they seem to be trying to cut off a lot of the passes coming from their corner back line. Especially Conor Sullivan likes to hit maybe Danny Carney or William Carney or Paul Leopold in the middle of the field, and Midleton are onto that pass and have intercepted a few times there now.
Massive work rate though, as we're seeing time and again. It's Cormac Walsh again. He's not going to get another one, is he? Back to back. Yes, he is. That's 3 points from the midfielder, 2 of those in the space of 60 seconds. I always think it's great as well when you can turn around and see your midfielder doing something like that as well.
Yeah, great work rate for Midleton again. Like the ball broke down, but they worked hard to get it back, and once they got it again, they were able to create the man in space. Hand pass the ball into middle. Cormac again off his weaker left side. But he's after he got 2 previous to that. Lovely score, put the ball over the bar.
SARS just caught yet again, just seem to be taking kind of the wrong option on occasions, and the Midleton defence are like wolves the way they're gathering around them when they're in possession. Tommy O'Connell is the man that had possession. He fed it off to Aidan Ryan, but there was an illegal tackle there. Is there any other type? And the referee going over to speak to Craig Lee, the fullback, former captain of the side actually. As I said, he's goalkeeper behind him, Alan Kennedy, another former captain as well. So plenty of leadership there, back to back. And the end result anyway is that Conor Lahan is going to take the free about 45 yards out, but only about a yard in from the sideline. Let's see how he'll get on. Absolutely top class yet again by Lahan, an absolute exhibition, and aren't we delighted to be able to be live streaming this game here tonight with thanks to the Co-op Superstores, the sponsors of the Cork Championships this year. 32 minutes elapsed. It's 1-8 to SARS. It's 14 points to Midleton, and as Gerard's been saying, the Ben O'Connor stamp is definitely on show here in the opening 30 minutes. Ball falls all the way through to Aidan Ryan, but that is going to be the final act of the first half, as the referee blows the whistle. 1-8 to 14 points. Well, any questions or concerns we had, Ger, about a sluggish, lacklustre start to the championship given the layoff have been put to rest anyway there in that last half an hour?
It's been really, really good from the first game. We were expecting maybe both teams to be a bit rusty, Colm, having only been back training 3 or 4 weeks to come out tonight, and just we were kind of interested to see how to play out, but having a first half there of when we've got 23 scores in the first half, and Midleton, I've no W down for any white for Midleton in the first half, so an exhibition of point scoring in the first half, and it's been, as you say, very entertaining, and definitely the stamp of Ben O'Connor definitely all over the Midleton style of play. They certainly have changed around their attack and add a bit of speed and a bit of support play and playing through the lines a bit, trying to create the space inside for their attackers. Exhibition hurling from Conor Lehan, 8 points in the first half, really superb. Liam Healy on the other side is the main threat. I was
about to say, the story of 2 centre forwards.
Tory centre forward, absolutely. They both, Liam Healy's got a goal and 4, and Conor's got 8 points. You know what I mean? So there's absolutely brilliant to see the two of them. But Lehan's striking looks really good. From the first ball that he hit, that first score, where he was off balance and it went over the bar, you kind of sense this could be Conor's night, you know what I mean, so far. But he's given an exhibition of that, of playing the first half. Even though I must say, I think Danny Carney has actually played quite well as well in the role that he's doing. He's kind of sweeping up a lot of play, and he's letting Conor go. So it's a system where you're going to have to put up with that. Which is the lesser of the two evils. You're going to have to put up with Conor's might score 5 or 6 points, but Danny's going to hit a lot of ball as well. So it's been interesting to see it so far.
Okay, now want to talk to you about the goal. It was a fantastic piece of individual skill from young Healy, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was under pressure going through. He won a ball, I'd say, just outside the D, and went straight for goal, which is always the way to go. If you can go straight, you cause problems for the opposition's defence, and they weren't sure. They knew maybe if they tackled him or if they brought him down, it was going to be a penalty. So it looked as if he'd come under pressure, looked as if he had lost control of it. But whether it hopped to the ground, whether by accident or by default, or the fact that he meant it, it was a one-handed volley, hit low, seemed to go in under Joe Loftus's legs, which it wasn't the most powerful shot, but it finished up in the net. Great bit of skill.
But not helped to be fair to Joe as well. 2 defenders as well, 2 rushing across as well, trying to stop it. Yeah. So we won't be too harsh.
No, we give all the credit to Liam Healy and this one.
Exactly.
Brilliant bit of skill.
Okay, now during the course of the week, I was chatting to some of my friends down in Midleton, and they were telling me all about their new development down there and some incredible work being done. And they sent on some footage which is pretty remarkable about the work that is being done down there in the last year. It's the Park South development, 37 acres. Grass pitches, a clubhouse with changing facilities, a referee room, indoor multi-use accommodation, etc. And close to €900,000 has been spent on the project, and the next phase and the next fundraising push will be towards a full-size 3G pitch, which will be worth in and around €700,000. So there's a big push, I'm told, on their fundraising down there. The Lotto is relaunching on August 14th. That's in partnership with Mego Lotto, and it's a guaranteed jackpot of 15,000. Some incredible facts and figures from the club down there. 750 playing members across GA, ladies football and camogie. They've over 50 underage teams right across the spectrum, 10 adult teams, football, hurling, ladies football and camogie, 200 voluntary committee members and team members. So huge work being done down there, and just to say well done to all involved in Midleton at the moment, especially in the times that we are facing into at the moment. Right. Looking around, the teams are in their huddles, their respective huddles. SARS on the far side, and Midleton just to our left here tonight. Just to mention again, the games coming up on the Irish Examiner live stream in partnership with the Co-op Superstores, the sponsors of the Hurling Championship. Tomorrow it's Cork Premier SHC B1 action, Blackrock v Erin's Own. That's in Páirc Uí Rinn here at 5 o'clock, so coverage getting underway about 10 minutes before that. And then on Sunday it's Cork Premier action, Cork Premier IHC B1 action, Valley Rovers v Ballinhassig down in Riverstick at 2 o'clock. So you're looking around, the SARS team moving back into position. What would you be doing differently if you were in SARS?
Yeah, I think the talk about momentum, Colm. Maybe just I spoke about the water break. I think at the water break it was 6 points each, and SARS finished with 1-8 at the end of the half, whereas Midleton went from 6 to 14. So Midleton really stamped their authority in the second quarter of the first half. So SARS maybe will want to look at that to see where some of those scores came from. A couple of frees from Lehan, a couple from Cormac Bazang, and 2 more in the middle from Cormac Walsh. I think that's the area that SARS want to be looking at, maybe around midfield, because Cormac Walsh is getting onto a lot of ball, and they're creating a bit of space, and they're all very accurate. They've had no wide in the first half, and they're all well able to take their scores. So I think SARS will look at maybe trying to maybe a bit more direct, because Midleton seem to be on their game in relation to playing the ball out. But definitely, Midleton have scored, by my reckoning, something like 8 points, 8 scores from play, 8 points from play. SARS only got 3 points from play. So I think Midleton certainly looked more of a scoring threat up front. Their work rate is very good. They seem to be chasing hard, and at half time they deserve their lead. I think they deserve to be ahead. They've responded well to the goal that SARS scored to come back from maybe a point down now to being 3 ahead.
Okay, well, we have our two teams on the field. We don't have is our officials, the umpires, just coming out there on the far side of the field, and we're waiting on match referee Mark Marr as well. Down here on the left hand side, I see Ben O'Connor and Ger Fitzgerald side by side. Ger has the face mask on, and Ben, as we said a little earlier, looking fit, and I'd say there's part of him that would love to nearly be out there on a beautiful evening. The floodlights though have come on here. Hard to believe that it's just gone 8:15 here in Páirc Uí Rinn, the last day of July, but the floodlights are on, a bit overcast and dark here this evening. We've had some questionable weather throughout the course of the day, and we're waiting now to see on our match officials some bit of a hold up there. As I said, the two teams looking set to go, but no one to throw in the ball, so unless there's some running repairs or something down there that we have to be made aware of, but we'll wait and see. Do you think, Ger, will say from your own playing days, this lack of noise, this lack of crowd, especially as a goalkeeper?
Yeah, it's probably like you'll be used to the lack of noise, and maybe when you go to play a challenge match or a practice game, even when you go to play a league game, there'd be some bit of a crowd there, more so than the crowd that's here tonight. So it is very difficult, and concentration can play a big part in a game that you're trying to focus on what you're going to do, and it can be challenging at times to really have all your focus on the game, and not to be distracted by maybe the lack of noise and the roaring and the shouting that you hear from the opposite sides of the pitches. So be interesting. I think the referee in the first half, Cullum, has left the play flow as much as he possibly can. He's given a few frees. He's been liberal with his steps and with the hand pass, but so far, all to play for the second half. Midleton 3 ahead.
Okay, indeed, well said there. And we are back underway, and it's Midleton in possession here in front of us. And that was a dangerous looking ball, but well cut out by Craig Lee. A kind of a Superman dive along the ground in an effort to stop possession getting in as far as Pa White. And that was a let off of sorts there in the opening few seconds, but showing the intent that Midleton have as they start at pace. Sean O'Leary Hayes just overcooked it, as Sam Kirk, if he was about 2 inches taller, he might have gotten to that. But the end result is Donal English down here in front of us wearing the red helmet, the cornerback, who's been playing in that kind of all-conquering role out around the midfield. And a bit of a scrum developing, and it's been kicked out over the sideline by the wing forward. Cormac Bosan scored a point there in the first half, and it's ended up with Owen Murphy down here in front of us, another man that has plenty of pedigree with UCC. And he'll take the sideline. That's been noticeable as well too this evening, Ger, is that despite the intensity of it, it's been an incredibly clean and free-flowing game, hasn't it? Yeah,
it's been very good. Like, the referee has let it flow. Like, both teams, I think, like to play the possession game, you know what I mean, and they're happy enough maybe to stand off a team when the other team has possession.
It's James Sweeney with a blaster of a shot by Sweeney, and that is a fantastic score from him. I don't know, was he aiming to go a bit lower? And just as we talked about the good nature of the game, there's a small bit of social distancing rules being broken down there on the 14-yard line. Well, maybe it's fair enough if they're going shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow.
I think James Sweeney, when he got up after scoring a great score, he threw the hurley from Shaney Smith away. I think Shaney Smith came in to try block it down just at the end of the tackle. The referee is having a word, maybe he thought he was a tad late, and James Sweeney threw the hurley away, and Shaney Smith didn't take too kindly to that, and just a bit of elbowing and a bit of shouldering carrying on. But the referee is taking his name, I think, but he's not flashing any yellow card, just noting him in the book that I guess he does something extra during the game.
But it was a fine shot by Sweeney. I don't know, was he going for a goal?
Yeah, no, he could have been, like, it was just put a foot over the bar, so, like, it was a powerful shot, and could have finished up in the net, but a good score nonetheless.
Okay, it's Donal English yet again, the man. He's grabbing so much ball there. Fine delivery by him, and as far as Jack O'Connor, it's taken up by Owen Maloney. Out as far as Cormac Walsh, James Nagle. Ball in there in towards Lahan, but Obviously the danger sign when Lehan is in and around, but the alarm bells are ringing, and
Yeah,
there's plenty of bodies around him. Daniel Carney getting the clearance away.
It's an interesting switch, whether by intent. Here's Cian Darcy before I talk about Lehan again.
Here's Cian Darcy, he's got a man outside him, that's Luke Hackett. Hackett kind of has to turn inside, outside, shot well saved though by the goalkeeper Loftus. I'm sure Luke wouldn't have been too happy with the final connection on that one, and Midleton clearing it out and trying desperately to get under it. There is Sweeney, calls for it going out over the sideline. Referee though playing on, and it's with Aaron Myers. Shot by Myers out of nothing, and it's the second goal of the evening.
That was an excellent goal from Aaron Myers, but fair play to James Sweeney, who won the ball out on the 45 metre line. Under pressure from James Nagle, took it on and went through and gave a great hand pass into Myers, who had a bit of time and a bit of space, turned onto his right hand and drilled a low blistering shot into the bottom corner of the net. That's a great response from Sars since half time. But I have to question why Conor Lehan's gone in full forward if in first 4 minutes of the second half, Midleton have gone out of the game in the half forward line, and I'm not sure what he's doing inside full forward after the first half that he's given after his performance in the first half.
Well, you'd wonder now after that goal, will things change?
Yeah, he's still inside, and whether that's due to an injury or whether it's just a tactical switch in that situation. But Sars have come out in the second half, and they've started really well, and they've a chance here now again to go further ahead. Yeah,
well, Sweeney again doing all the hard work. Myers catching everyone by surprise there with the blistering shot, including myself. And as you said there, another fine score there from Liam Healy, which has turned it into 2 goals and 10 points to Sars and 14 points to Midleton, and very much a case of game on here, Ger.
Yeah, and also James Sweeney, I think Colm, has gone out to the wing forward and has played a big part so far. He's a target on the puckouts, but he's causing them problems out there. And they just before the goal, they had a great chance again with Luke Hackett, whose first touch probably just left him down. He got a pass inside, had to turn back in, hit the ball low, hit the ground, probably took the sting out of it, but nonetheless a great save from Joe Loftus. And but Sars certainly have up the ante in the first 5 minutes of the second half, so it'll be interesting to see how Midleton react to it.
Okay, it's with Sean O'Leary Hayes, and a great block down there, and out it came again on this occasion. It was the goal scorer Myers that first time pulled in it, but there was a clash of hurleys I think there, and it's going to be a free to Midleton. And we were talking about the ravenous nature of Midleton in the first half. You're going to get the impression the Sars lads were told, lads, this is what's expected of you.
Yeah, well, maybe they would have been disappointed with their performance in the second quarter and the first half, where they fell away, and they were outscored, by Midleton, and maybe Midleton took their foot off the pedal a small bit, and have certainly, have taken a while to settle back into the game, and Sars have come back in and got a great goal to put them ahead. Here's a chance for Conor Lehan now just on the halfway line. It's a chance to put if he can bring it back to a 1-point game.
Did you even need to wait for the flag on that one? Conor Lehan just inside literally the halfway line, and pointing that one, and it's 2 goals and 10 points to 15 points, a 1-point game, as Ger said, in this Co-op Superstores Cork Premier Senior Hurling Championship game, being brought to you on the Irish Examiner's live stream service in partnership with the Co-op Superstores. And we'd like to welcome fans watching us in Cork City this evening, in Cork County, for this East Cork Derby, and indeed right across the world. And we've had great reaction indeed from many expats over the last week or so for this service, and welcome wherever you're watching. Hopefully it's not too early or too late at night, and you're enjoying the hurling action. And please do get in touch with us on social media, and indeed you can also keep track of all the games on the Irish Examiner website over the course of the weekend, and on Monday in our 32-page supplement, which will have comment and reaction from the games here in Cork, and indeed from around Munster and around Ireland. And we're looking forward to continuing that club championship coverage over the course of the next couple of weeks in these strange times in the month of August and September. Yellow card there for Aaron Myers. This is something we were talking about a little earlier, bits of back chat and things that mightn't be picked up in the course of matches, or some off the ball incidents that are easily spotted.
I didn't see what happened. Was the linesman called the referee's attention there to something that maybe that Aaron Myers did? I wasn't sure. I didn't see it.
Powerful delivery from Sean O'Leary Hayes, wrapping it right in on the edge of the square. There's bodies all under it, trying to be coming back to a Midleton man, but no, it's a fine relieving clearance. I don't know, was it Donal English in the end who got it away. Clash of the Ash there yet again, and it looked to be Sweeney for 1 second, but he's left it off as far as Jack O'Connor. Still Jack, man inside him. Cian Darcy been held up, been blocked. Darcy's effort, 2 bodies in front of him. Work back as far as Liam Healy. In the end though, it's James Nagle who's clearing the lines, much to the relief of the Midleton faithful here today.
Yeah,
Majority of those being the panel and the players.
I think you saw there, Colin, what Jack O'Connor can do when he gets position, when he gets open, when he's able to get space. Like he left absolutely Killian Burke for dead, gave a great pass into Cian Darcy, who just was smothered up and just got his shot blocked down with very good defence by Midleton to close off the opportunity. But I think the referee now is giving Killian Burke here a yellow card for something he did, whether he threw the hurley or did something after the ball. But Jack O'Connor has lightning pace, and if Sarsfields can get him on the ball, he is a threat now, because now his man that's on him has a yellow card. He's got to be very careful as to how he marks him going forward.
Yeah, incredible pace by O'Connor, and as you said though, that Cian was basically facing a black and white wall when he was getting the shot off, so didn't really have much option there. Well marshalled defence though by Midleton, Owen Maloney there, and eventually it was James Nagle who got it away. Great crossfield ball towards Aaron Myers, gone right beyond him there, the goal scorer a few moments ago. Great play by the cornerback there, Shane Smith, gone back to his wing back to James Nagle and all the way back to the goalkeeper. Conor Lahan blocked on the ground, second helping for Lahan. Nice piece of skill by the Cork star. Great ball into the corner by him, and trying to recycle it back as far as Lahan. No, he's going to go back to the wing back, but it's back with Lahan now. Dodges one tackle off the left, falling yet again. Trademark effort by him, but tracked all the way by the goalkeeper. And a good clearance by him. Calls for a long ball. Is that what is going to be delivered? Yes, it is, and it's going to be coming on top of James Sweeney. Great hand by Sweeney with the left hand. Sweeney off the left, and Sweeney over the bar. Reminds me a small bit of Darragh Honan.
Yeah, he's a big handful. Like he's gone out wing forward, but it's a huge. Like he even looks tall from here. But if you're up next to him, Colin, he's an absolute. He's a huge man. But people just think he's that he's got a good hand, but his hurling is very good. He's well able to hurl. That's his second score of the game. Like he's got 2 off his left hand. First one could nearly have been a goal, but he's certainly having influence up there. And when the play opens up, when he drifts into the centre of the field, he's a great target man to get a ball there from. I think it was Conor Sullivan delivered that right down on top of him, and caught a great ball, took on his man, and got a great score.
Okay, looks like Luke Hackett has made way. We'll have a look there in a few seconds to see who's come in, because we're back with the play here, and we're back with Midleton's Pa White, and it's in with White. Oh, what a strike! What a strike! Luke O'Farrell in the end. Pa White winning possession, offloading it to the other corner forward. That man was Luke O'Farrell, and from 21 yards or so, powerful drive into the bottom corner.
It's probably the first time in the game that he's got a small bit of space from Conor Sullivan, who's been doing really well to stick on him and stick on his left hand side, which is Luke's trademark, his favourite side to hit. Got away from there, got possession, good support play, got onto his left hand, had a bit of time, had a bit of space, paused for a couple of seconds and hit a rocket of a shot in between Alan Kennedy's legs, and that's a great goal for Midleton.
Daniel Hogan, by the way, is the man that's on there a few moments ago.
Yeah, interesting substitutions from Sars, bringing on last year's Cork minor captain in Daniel Hogan. They've a lot of high regard for this young lad below in Sars, and they're introducing him for his senior championship debut at 18 years of age. Like he's well regarded, very good player, and he'll probably come out to play wing forward.
Referee Mark Maher gone back into the umpires yet again. Obviously things are being said, things are being heard, and it'll be interesting to see what the end result of all of this will be. It's 2 goals and 11 points now to 1 goal and 15. Incredible acts of scoring here in the course of the evening, and on this occasion it's Liam Healy. He puts that one straight between the posts. And what's he up to now there, Ger?
I have Liam Healy at a goal and 6 at the moment. Column.
And he scored, of course, the opening goal as well. That has it at 2-12 to 1 goal and 15 points.
Yeah, maybe a bit more chit chat here from some of the players again. They're free speaking out to James Nagle, and again, he's giving him a yellow card as well.
Yeah, and as we said, I think it's something we'll be seeing more and more in the course of this championship.
Seamus O'Farrell coming on from Midleton here now as well, and down in front of us here, Seamus, very experienced player who's played with Midleton. He's been one of their most experienced players, been around a while.
And it's the wing back there,
James Nagle, who just got the yellow card. So Midleton made instant substitution. They're taking him off.
Just looking at the clock, we'll be due a water break shortly enough. 44 minutes. Great ball in again towards the corner forward, the goal scorer Luke O'Farrell. It's the full forward though, Aidan Ryan, playing his 17th season, I'm told, in championship hurling, which is some record. Great doggedness by the two teams here. And it's out with the cornerback, Donal English. Powerful 60-yard delivery by Donal, and probably a bit too far. And it should be Killian Burke who'll win the foot race here. Killian opts to go inside to the man that came on as a substitute there, Seamus O'Farrell. All the way back to the goalkeeper, who's opted to go all the way across the field to Shana Smith. Nice little ball by him. Didn't go for its intended target, but collected by Cormac Walsh, who scored those 3 points in the first half. Walsh off his left, falling, aiming towards Luke Farrell. Bit of a bang there on Farrell's head, but referee waving play on, and it's back out here in front of us with Killian Roach. Opts to go back towards Donal English. English going through the hands here. Will it find its way back out to the other cornerback? No, it won't. It will find its way to a Midleton man. That Midleton man in front of us here, racing back, is the midfielder Sam Quirk. Quirk going route one after all that tippy-tappy hurling, but he can only find William Carney. Donal English again, opting to go right out to the far side to Liam Healy. Healy from distance off the right. That's a powerful drive from Healy. That's a powerful shot from Healy, and that is a powerful score by the young man. Scored the opening goal, has extended his tally now, and he's pushed it to 2-13 to 1 goal and 15 as Midleton we thought were about to call in a substitute, but that's just confirming James Nagle's departure a few short seconds ago. I see Ben O'Connor is having a little run out onto the field there as we're waiting the puck out and awaiting the water break. I wonder what words of encouragement he's giving down in front of us.
Yeah, I think he'd be happy with the last 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 minutes, Colm, in that the first 5-6 minutes they were out of the game. Sars kind of thundered back into it and got a couple of scores, got a goal and 2 points to lead the game. And Midleton have come back into it with the goal from Luke O'Farrell, and Sars now is still leading by a point, but great score there from Liam Healy, all of 60-70 metres out off his right hand side. A great score. It's probably one of the things that will be thrown against Midleton at times, that the work rate of their forwards, even though they have brilliant skillful forwards, that do they work hard enough when they're not in possession? And Sars like to play the ball out, and Midleton will need to close them down there, because Sars love to play the ball out from their half back line out towards the midfield, try to get their shooters on the ball, and then even take the shots from long range. So it's nicely in the melting pot. 15 minutes to go. Sars ahead by a point, and all to play for.
Yeah, and as you said, will be interesting to see as well too in the next 15 minutes as we come down the stretch, the entire thing about fitness, conditioning, and how teams come back out from these water breaks. Very quickly, just want to mention again games that are coming up on the Irish Examiner's live stream service over the course of the weekend in association with the Co-op Superstores. Tomorrow it's the Cork Premier SHC B1 clash, Blackrock v Éireann Zone here in Porcurin at 5 o'clock. Des Curran and Mark Landers, our commentary team for that. And then on Sunday, the Co-op Superstores Cork Premier IHC B1 clash, Valley Rovers and Ballinhassig. That's, as I said, Sunday. In Riverstick, action there is 2 o'clock coverage getting underway at about 1:50, and that's going to be Des Curran and Ger alongside me, and we'll be hoping for all concerned that we'll have an evening like this rather than the rain that we witnessed down here in Cork yesterday. So all, as you said, all to play for as we're heading into that dreaded final quarter, as you call it.
It'd be interesting now again to see, do we get get patterns emerging as to what happens straight after these little water breaks. Sometimes, as you say, this is very tight. There's only the first quarter was they were level. Now there's only a point in it, so I think it just stops the momentum of the game, and gives you break it up for 2 or 3 minutes, and as I say, it gives team a chance just to reassess just to get them set up for the last quarter. Lehan has come back out onto the 40 there now at this stage. Midleton are just looking
Sean O'Mara, I think, is the man that looks like he's about to be entering the fray. I'm not sure. It looks like there's another player receiving treatment down there on the sideline. So
this might be a blood sup, I'd say, Colin, maybe for a while to see what the story is here. Whether it's Killian Burke actually who's gone down.
Big blow, yeah. Interesting. Just as the teams were going off there, I just noticed that Ben was having a big chat with Alan Kennedy. Wonder what he'd be saying to him in terms of maybe puck outs and what way to play it.
Was it Joe he was talking to rather than Alan?
Yes.
I'd be surprised if he'd be talking to Alan.
I'm obsessed with Alan, I apologise. No, just as they were walking out, it was interesting. Like, there was a good kind of 30 seconds of conversation.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see from the point of view. I think like Midleton's game is a lot of it is enough they can get possession, and when you go along, it's a 50-50 battle to win the ball. So maybe he was trying to saying to Joe, see if the shorter puck was on to give it.
Okay, well, temperature has definitely ratcheted up a couple of notches here with some of the collisions in the last few seconds of our fourth quarter after the water break. And let's see what's in store. It isn't lacking in intensity anyway tonight. It's Donal English manages to squirrel it all the way out to Killian Roach on the far side. Roach working with Daniel Carney, and eventually he's driven it in. Route 1. But too many Midleton bodies there. Trying desperately to get it up, and in the end, it takes about 3 of them to get the job done. And it's the man Seamus O'Farrell that came on a few moments ago is the man who eventually won possession and was fouled on the way out. And the referee yet again coming over to take the advice and word from his linesman as to something that happened off the ball there.
Yeah, I think that's Seamus O'Farrell has certainly brought in added a bit of steel into the half back line, and has picked up Aaron Myers and has let him know that he's around now for the last quarter of an hour of the game. He certainly let his presence be felt.
Yes.
So part and free here now for Conor Lehan, maybe just on the border of his range whether he'll go for it, but he's been absolutely 100% so far.
Yeah, powerful stuff by Lehan in the first half, but as you said, this is going to be a big test of his range. And had the range but not the accuracy.
Interesting, he changed his setup there. He changed his he stepped into it rather than standing over it. Has been doing all through for the earlier ones, but maybe that one, just outside of 65 was going to be outside his range, so he meant to get the full force of all his body weight behind it.
Killian Burke still down here in front of us receiving treatment, so I'm not sure will we see him back in action this evening.
Seems to be a hand injury as well.
That was a wasted opportunity from a Sars perspective, and the last man that you want to be getting on the ball is Conor Lehan. Conor Lehan doing the hard work off as far as went to the other wing forward there to Cormac Bosang, but they've somehow managed to lose possession.
It's great defending by William Carney there,
and it's on its way back down to the far end of the field here, and it's with the fullback Owen Maloney going back to Joe Loftus. And I apologise for confusing Joe and Alan time and again tonight. I think it's the white jerseys are getting to me.
Certainly when James Sweeney out in the half forward line, the 3 lads inside are quite light, but they're extremely fast. Daniel Hogan, Jack O'Connor and Cian Darcy, so like if they get the ball in space they're going to be very dangerous, but Midleton have won the 50-50 balls when the ball has gone in there.
There you go, and good play there by Cian Darcy, managed to stick in, but been well tracked back there by Pádraig O'Farrell. It's out with Sweeney, scored that fine point just after half time, and he's after doing it from a bit farther out on this occasion, and another vital score for Sars and for Sweeney.
Yeah, again, his hurling very good. Colin, for such a tall man, was able to pick the ball very, very, really, really well. Got in a spin to take himself out of the tackle, and again off his left hand got a great score. Here's the short puck out that we spoke about. Maybe that Ben was trying to get on to Joe Loftus about. Cormac Walsh and the midfielders coming back into the game to get possession, because when it was going long they weren't winning too many balls, so maybe that was the basis of their conversation.
Yeah, winning the free then, and another test of Lahan's capabilities. Dylan Welch wearing number 22 is in for Cian Darcy. A few high fives for Darcy as he left there. Let's see now, can Lahan manage this one? More central position on this occasion, and yes he can. Adds to his tally and pushes the scoreboard now to 2 goals and 14 points to 1 goal and 16 points. So a point between the sides with 53.5 minutes gone of this Co-op Superstores Cork Premier SHC A1 clash at Páirc Uí Rinn. Sweeney up again, the man they nicknamed Swan. Can he deliver? Unfortunately, it's a bit of an ugly duckling effort on this occasion, and it's gone wide, and I'll get it right this time. Joe Loftus with the resultant puck out, and will we see a Newtown Chandram style short delivery? I don't think so on this occasion. Gone for length, and eventually though finds a Midleton jersey, more by accident than design. Yet again another free, and yet again Conor Lahan winding his way out to midfield, and they'll be happy to keep doing this.
Absolutely, he'll give him a chance every time, a free puck every time. Sweeney was unlucky there. He was just the man just ran into him, and he's just a huge man that his hands are wrapped around his opponent's helmet, and he's got Conor Lahan again as a chance now to level it up. 214
to 116. Wasn't happy with the strike on that one, and it's kind of trickled all the way through and finds its way to the goalkeeper towards Alan Kennedy, perfectly positioned. Unusual there from Lahan. Just the second it left him, you could tell from his body language that he wasn't happy with the connection. Aaron Myers is effort from 50 yards. That's deadly striking on any day, but especially on a county championship evening when your side badly needs it, and pushes SARS out to a 2-point lead.
He's been a very good handful tonight. Aaron Myers has played really well. It's a goal and 2 points now, his contribution, but looks a real danger when he gets in possession.
Cormac Walsh is racing through his runner inside him, and that of course is Conor Lahan. Goes to ground. Lahan at the second attempt, and doesn't really matter when you're Conor. It does matter when you're Conor Lahan. 2 misses in quick succession from Conor Lahan. We haven't seen that too often this evening.
Yeah, the first one was a strike. It landed short, but by his standards, like, it was one that he should have been very confident putting over the bar, and that off his right hand side, 30 metres out, it was one that he'll be very disappointed with. It didn't pop over.
Walsh making all the running there on that occasion, back at the other end of the field, and it's back with the man wearing 24, and he's hooked there. That is Ross O'Regan.
That's young Daniel Hogan.
Daniel Hogan, apologies.
Daniel Hogan, great defending by Owen Maloney. He waited for it, took the shot, and got a great hook in there. So great defending by Owen Maloney.
Getting to grips with the substitutes as they're coming on. As you said, this young Hogan has a big career ahead of him. SARS going right across the field to Kennedy. He's going to launch this one into the air. Dropping on the edge of the exclusion zone. A few hands going up for it. Will it find a home somewhere? And the question is, strike on the head there as Jack O'Connor eventually getting the shot off. There was a wayward hurley though. And is it Jack?
I think there's Owen Maloney. Jack O'Connor seemed to get it. Obviously got the belt. I think Sam Quirk has been called in to discuss his actions, and don't think it was malicious, but the hurley certainly was high. Caught Jack O'Connor, but Jack still had the presence of mind to put the ball over the bar, and a great score for him. And SARS again, they're looking now at the breaking ball, and they're getting a bit of joy, and with the balls breaking in there, they've pushed it out down to 3 points ahead. Daniel Kearney, I think Cullum has had a huge influence in the game. He's dominated the second half, really. Like, he's dominated Conor Lahan from play. He's left Conor go to the wings, and Danny, he stayed in the centre, and he's experienced, and he's very good on the ball, and you can see his vision, passing it back there up the field, passing it back to the goalkeeper. He's been really impressive, and he's had a fine game at centre back tonight.
We were kind of questioning the positioning a little earlier, but as you said, he's grown into it. Down in front of us here with Seamus O'Farrell. He's impressed as well since his introduction. Straight through the hands, but it's coming on to Lahan. Won't come up first time for Lahan. Forced to recalibrate. Gone back as far as Cormac Bosang. Bosang off the left hand side. Is he going to trickle this one over? That's a great effort by him and a great score, and it's brought us back to a 2-point game. Lahan, just the ball bobbled, didn't come up for him, but had the presence of mind to look back and had Bosang perfectly positioned and had that few seconds to steady himself and get off the shot.
Yeah, he had a half a chance of the pick-up, just didn't happen for him. But as I say, once he had to go back the second time, turned around, saw Cormac Bosang was free, and off his left hand again, or was his right hand, put a fine score over the bar, and that's his third point from play.
Cormac Walsh there. It's amazing when Sweeney's going up for the ball now. There's a small army around him.
Yeah, he's certainly a target for Sars' puck out. They have two good wing forwards, two big men, Sweeney and Aaron Myers, who's done really well on the other wing, on the other side. So it's a question of whether Midleton can get back in where the scores are coming from. Kind of Bosang and from Conor Lehan in the second half. Can they get another couple of scores? They're running into with 3 or 4 minutes to go now at this stage.
Great cheers of I don't know, is it encouragement or advice over there from the SARS bench? But
certainly what is in front of them, any chance they're going to get in it, they were going to let a few roars in the hope that they might influence the referee,
who's actually, I think, telling them to calm things down there and push your stuff back a small bit.
It's a big free for Liam Healy now at this stage. He's struck the frees really well. I won't put the commentators' curse on him now at this stage, but an important free to put him back out, to put him a goal ahead again with going into injury time plus the water break. Yeah, well, we've seen Conor Lahan doing it from all angles this evening. How's his opposite number going to do? Drops it short and taken by Joe Loftus, who's going to play it short as far as Seamus O'Farrell. Farrell being forced to readjust a couple of times there, but eventually back to another sub, and that's Pádraig O'Keefe, who's gone route one all the way down as far as Sean O'Mara. O'Mara striking it in. Racing onto it was Conor Lahan, and dodging through 2 or 3 tackles back as far as O'Mara, eventually finding his way to Bosang. Strike from him, and there was an attempted touch on it coming in from the in-rushing wing forward. But Tommy Conlon's gone quiet as well, Conor. He hasn't been really in the game. He's moved in out from wing forward, gone into full forward in the second half, but hasn't been in the game as much as he was in the first half.
Route 1 delivery there from Alan Kennedy. This occasion it's down on top of Myers. Myers off the left hand side. That's going to be some strike by Myers. That is a fantastic score.
White ball.
As he called it wide.
He called it wide.
Looked for 1 second. He looked like he was going for the flag. Yes. 2:16 to 1:17. The commentators curse yet again on my occasion. Anyway, it's back with SARS here. It's Sweeney. No doubt about the white flag on that occasion. As you said, he's a big man when you see him up close and personal, but great stride by him there, and that was a crucial score. Now, can Midleton fashion something here? Well, they have the right man, Conor Lahan, bounces out of one tackle, pass offloaded towards the corner forward. The shot in the end has gone out for a 65. It was the goalkeeper rushed out there on that occasion to try and halt the momentum. It was it Luke O'Farrell had the final shot?
It was, in fairness, it was a real it was a typical Ben O'Connor and Charleville and Newtown, passing movement right through the middle, created the overlap for Luke O'Farrell, but credit Alan Kennedy, who came out really well and smothered the shot really well. There was a goal written all over that one, and that would have tied it up with literally time nearly up at the stage. You're gone 2.5, heading for 2.5 minutes into injury time, and that's kind of allowing 2 minutes for the water break. So big decision up for Midleton. Do they put it over the bar and bring it down to 2 points, or whether they put it? He's given the free. He's given
a free there.
No, big decision here. Did they go for it, or does he put it over the bar?
So Lahan has a crowded goal mouth to take the shot from ops to go low. The goalkeeper coming about 5 or 6 yards off his line, and that was the right decision. And SARS with the man wearing number 24, Daniel Hogan. Anywhere but here is the mantra in as far as Jack O'Connor. This man, as you said, has pace to burn. Still Jack O'Connor going right across the field. Hogan making the run. Perfect pass. Oh, just bobbled, unfortunately, for young Hogan. No fault there by the youngster. And Midleton. And could this be the last throw of the dice, or one of the last ones as they come down the field? Jersey being pulled back there on Luke O'Farrell, but the referee allowing playing on. And SARS with William Carney. And huge relieving clearance, but there's only 1-2 Midleton players here in front of us, and one of those is Seamus O'Farrell. Farrell opting to go backwards, back to his fullback Owen Maloney. He's going to launch this one, dropping around the 21-yard line. Up they go for it. A big hand is going up. It looks to be Donal English who has it. Yes, it is.
Daniel Carney again.
Daniel Carney again.
Who else?
And out they come with it with Killian Roach. Roach going across the field there towards young Hogan. Nice skill by the youngster, off his right eventually. Drop short into Loftus. Loftus
that's
scoring, and that's it. Final action of the game, 2-17 to 1-17. And even though there's a small crowd here, there's a warm applause for that. And there's a few characters I can see that are a bit breathless after all of that.
Yeah, it was a very enjoyable game, Colm. SARS will be really, really happy to come out with a victory here, because, as we said earlier on, it's such a competitive group. That tees them up now for their next two games with Ballyhay and against Douglas. I think they play Douglas next Saturday night, and a victory there would nearly assure them a quarter-final spot. And if they beat Ballyhay, we're looking at getting maybe one of the chance to get into the semi-final. But a big victory for them. You know, the first game out, nobody wasn't sure as to how each team was going to perform, but you know, they were underdogs in everybody's eyes. I think everyone was talking about Midleton and how well they were going, but a big performance in the second half from SARS. I think they took the game to Midleton the first 5 minutes of the second half and kept it going all the way through.
Okay, 2-17 to 1-17 scoring in any occasion, but you know, especially so on a night like this. But plenty of positives though for Midleton to take still.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, you know, it's going to take time. They've got a new coach in there who's going to bring a different style of play that they maybe wouldn't be used to, and it's going to take time to adapt. There's been no league matches, so all they've been doing is basically training and playing challenge matches. So again, but they have a couple of weeks. They play next week against Ballyhay, and gives them a chance to recover fairly quickly, to rebound, and then if they win that, it'll be all set up for their match against Douglas. Like to see who qualifies. From their side of the draw, but again, you know, I suppose they came down here tonight with high hopes of getting a result tonight. They started really well. Some great performances from Cormac Walsh early in the first half with 3 great scores. They probably relied an awful lot on Conor Lehan for his scores. Tommy O'Connell, you know, was involved in the first half again, but didn't score. He was outdone by the other wing forward, Cormac Bazan, who got 3 scores. Luke got a goal. Aidan Ryan had no score, and Pat White had no score. So probably a greater contribution of scores all around from SARS.
Would it be fair to say for SARS as well, to a man that had huge impact late in the game was James Sweeney?
Oh, James Sweeney was like in the second half. He scored 3 points and how wide as well. But he turned the game. He went out wing forward. He got a couple of great scores. He certainly was the turning point for me going out there. They took James Nagle, who would be one of their senior and experienced players, off just after getting a yellow card, and Sweeney was a handful tonight. He looked very dangerous. His hurling is surprisingly good for a big man, and in the second half, I think himself and Danny Carney again read the game really, really well. That decision paid off. That was a call.
We were questioning it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You know, I've never heard of Danny playing centre back before. It was a great call from the SARS mentors to take. Obviously, they must have put him in there in training and worked out in training to see, because you're taking away a guy who's normally scores 3 or 4 points a match for SARS, and it has had a huge contribution to their forward play over the last number of years, driving forward from midfield, putting him back centre back. He read the game really well. Was in trouble with Conor in the first half, as Conor was getting on the ball and taking scores. But as the game wore on, I think you can see Danny's influence getting more and more. Read the game well, really good on the ball, very composed, and he was really impressive tonight at centre back.
We mentioned Sweeney's scores there, but he turned provider for the crucial goal for Aaron Myers as well too.
He did won a great ball, as you say. He took it on, drew the man, created the ball to Myers, but Myers still had to finish. It wasn't an easy finish by any means, but again, great to see that he went for goal. You know, again, he could have popped it over the bar. He was 25 metres out, but took it on, turned, had a look, and went really into the bottom corner. Great goal, and Sars probably needed that. A point at that stage probably wouldn't have been enough, and it gave him the breathing space to drive on to in the second half to take it on and win the game.
Well, if this is a taster of wants to come over the weekend, we won't be complaining too
much.
Not
at all. Not a great start to the championship. Great victory for Sars tonight, and great to be here. Great to
be final
here.
question then. I want you to put on your Cork hat. How are things in that regard? I know it's kind of all so different now for county teams as they're preparing for a very different championship in 2020.
Yeah, sure. At this stage, where the lads are back with their clubs. All we're doing at this stage is only watching the games at this stage to see what fellas' form is like. They're back fully with their clubs. They're totally focused on what's happening with their clubs, and that's the way it should be at the moment. So we're down, going to a couple of games, watching to see how they are, hoping to see a bit of form, and that their confidence will build as hopefully the summer goes on, so that when they do come back into us, that the games will have stood to them, and that they'd have brought plenty of confidence and over the last couple of weeks bring that to us when they come back in. So again, also looking at around the place, looking at who some guy coming into form, or it's always been in the past. People got on Cork teams in the past for their performances in county championship matches, and guys who now have a couple of matches in a short space of time to put their hand up to see for us to see them and see what sort of form that they're in. So from that point, it was great to be going to matches again, having a look to see the form and see the state of hurling in Cork.
And do you think that the happenings of the last few months and where we are now in terms of county v club and everything like that it could be the start of a ground shift in terms of how competitions are put together in the future?
Yeah, I suppose it's a possibility. I suppose like this, we're at the very early stages of it. I suppose if we come back in 3 or 4 or 5 months' time and reassess the situation, we'd have seen how the season would have played out. It's great from a club player's point of view to be playing in the best of conditions and great pitches and that sort of stuff in the summertime. We'll have a look at the conditions for inter-county maybe later on and see, we're going to play Munster Championship match on the 1st of November, which will be quite strange. And
when you say it sounds so strange.
Yeah, it'll be very difficult. It's difficult. It's going to be strange. You'd imagine the pitches will still be good, but the weather conditions is something that you probably would expect not to be great at that time of the year. So it'll be different, and I think that's probably very late to be playing the matches, to playing inter-county matches at that time of the year. And obviously some sort of balance will have to be looked at to play both if they want to do that in different parts of the season, to play it a bit earlier in the season rather than playing it in November and December. But as I say, this is a different year. This is not normal, and we don't know what normal is maybe. So it's going to take a while for people to have a look at it and see how it plays out. It's an interesting start. It's good that a lot of the club players are here, getting a chance in the middle of summer to display their hurling and their prowess, and you'd only love to see that there's more people here to see it. Okay, well said indeed, Ger. Looking out here, you wouldn't think it was the middle of summer. The rain beginning to fall here in Páirc Uí Rinn this evening. The two teams still out on the field as they're continuing their warm downs. I don't think the lads in Sars will be too concerned. 2-17 to 117 victors over Midleton this evening. Ger Cunningham alongside me here. Our thanks to him. Our thanks also to Raf and to Jack, doing all the techniques here. Stephen was doing the same back at base. And thank you for watching our coverage of the opening night of the Co-op Superstores Cork Premier Senior Hurling Championship, and indeed our thanks to the Co-op Superstores who are sponsoring our coverage of the games right over the weekend, and indeed for the duration of the competition. That's where we're going to leave it as the rain continues to fall here in Páirc Uí Rinn. Hopefully weather will be a bit brighter and a bit warmer for the rest of the bank holiday weekend. And if you are out and about, don't worry. Our coverage can be on your phone, on your tablet, whatever device you wish, and 2 big matches to come over the course of the weekend. That's where we leave it for this evening. Victory for Sars, but still Midleton very much in the race for the Cork Premier Senior Championship title. Thanks indeed for watching. Back again here tomorrow evening at 5 o'clock, and hopefully we'll have your company for that.